After putting out fires all day, clients, staff, invoices, the last thing on your mind is, what do I post on Facebook today? You're drained. The thought of opening Canva makes your eye twitch, and yet you know you're supposed to show up online. What if instead you could train AI to sound just like you, post your content automatically every single day without lifting a finger? This system builds your brand, keeps you top of mind, and turns your ghost town socials into an inbound engine. And today, I'm going to show you exactly how to set it up step by step. I used to waste 2 hours a day stressing about what to say, when to say it, but now this AI-powered content system writes and posts while I sleep. By the end of this video, you'll have the same setup running for your business, so you can focus on what actually moves the needle. My name's Jay. I'm a Fortune 500 senior software engineer, and I help business owners implement AI and make more money, work less, and finally enjoy their lives again. If that sounds like the kind of life you want, hit follow and let's build it together. The tool we're going to be using to do this is called make.com. If you've never heard of Make before, it's essentially a robotic processing automation tool. Think of it like a digital assembly line. You can connect different pieces of software together and make them talk without writing a single line of code. Make has a free plan that'll work perfectly for what we're doing today. I'll show you exactly how to set everything up so you can automate your social media content creation with zero coding required. When you sign up, you just create a new account. It's easy. There are paid versions, but you can start with the free, see if you like it. If you are going to use this on a daily basis, I recommend the Pro. It's very cost effective. So we're going to go in 3 levels. We're going to start with level 1, which is very simple. It just requires a little bit more work. We're going to create our own list of articles. Then we're going to have AI summarize it for us and then paste it into a spreadsheet. And then you can take the full social media post that's ready to go, and you can just paste it into your socials and click post. This is going to be the easiest by far, and I'll show you that first. What we'll do next is go to a little bit more robust AI automation. So we're still going to create the list of articles, but you can automate that as well. Then we're going to have AI read and summarize it, and then we're going to put it through a router to create a Facebook prompt, Instagram, for X, and for LinkedIn. And then if you want to go even further, you can have AI actually post that content for you. Everything is completely automated. There's a third level, which is free, but because it's free, you have to do a little bit more work to set it up. I'm going to show you exactly how to do it, but I do recommend this one for most people. You'll just need to pay for tokens and have it linked to your Open API license. So the first step is to have your sheet that we're going to create the list of articles from. I've created a new Google Drive sheet here called AI News Articles. You do that by just going to New and Spreadsheet. And I've given it a couple headers here. One is articles. So I did a quick search for new AI articles. I copied this and I pasted it into my sheet. Okay, very easy. I just put the date because it's helpful for me to keep track of how I'm putting these in and what dates they're coming from. So I found another one. Meta exec apologizes. I copied the link and I put it in here. Okay, so this is very easy. I'm recording this on 5/1. So I also made another sheet here. And what we're going to do is we're going to get the summary pasted here into this sheet in written summaries. And then we're going to have the day written, and eventually we're going to put date published. So this is how it's going to work. We're going to go to create a new scenario, and we're going to call it summarizing articles. Now, of course, whatever your niche is, you'll want it to be for your business. But keeping content going is a really important way to just keep you top of mind in your audience. So we need to start with a trigger. So our trigger is going to be Google Sheets. Now, I've already connected my Google account, but if you haven't connected yours, then all you do is click connect, you put in your email connected to your Drive, and then you give it permissions. It's very easy. So we're going to watch for new rows. Whenever a new row is added, this is going to trigger. And if you click on this clock, you can have it run at regular intervals. So we'll do once every day. And we can pick a time, which is nice. So we're going to go with 8:08 a.m. So if you click on the big circle here, this is where you get your settings. Now I'm going to have it search my drive. I need to choose the right file. So my file is going to be AI news articles. And the sheet name, we're going to start with sheet 1. Table does contain headers. And I'm going to have it go with just a limit of 1 result per execution cycle and save that. This is asking where to start. So I'm going to go with the first row. And now we're doing pretty good. Here's our overview, just so you can keep track of where we're at. We have a list of articles, and we're going to let AI summarize it for us. So the easiest thing to do here is to choose an AI. So OpenAI is pretty popular. We're going to create a completion, which is just a prompt, basically. So I'm going to create a connection. And if you don't have an API key, I have a video about how to create one that's really easy. I'll try to remember to put it up in the corner. So I'm going to take my API key and I'm just going to copy it. Organization ID, that's the name of my account, which is HiveMind AI, because I think that's a cool name. In order to get your organization ID, you can go to your OpenAI organization settings. You can see mine here. And copy your organization ID. Not organization name. That's what I put in first. Okay, now you get to choose your model. And I'm going to choose one that is pretty cheap, though there's lots of really good options here. Cheap one is O1 Mini. That means it's fast and it's cheap. So max completion tokens, this is just how many tokens you want to use maximum per request. So I'm going to go ahead and put 1,000 here. And remember, it's like 0.0013 cents per 1,000. So it would take a really long time to use up the $20 of credits that I have right now. And then you need to add a message. So your role is always going to be user, and the text content is your prompt. So make sure that you think about your prompt. And I have one that I'm going to go ahead and drop in the comments for you. And it's pretty good. So I'm going to paste it in here. And then I do need to show you this. As a research scientist with a background in storytelling and script writing, summarize this article for my audience who wants to learn more about AI. And then you get this option here to be able to add in values from previous steps. And we're going to choose articles, because when it pulls the article from our spreadsheet in sheet 1, I'm going to have ChatGPT go to that website, read the article, and then summarize it in this format. In the hey, you, see, so format. Let's see, and I don't need these numbers here. So I explained what that means, and then I am ready. So I will save this, and now this is ready to go. Usually what I would do is you can right click on this and run this module only, or you can click run once to test it. But I'm going to go ahead and keep going because I'm pretty confident this is going to work. The next step is to go into Google Sheets, and we're going to add a row to the same sheet. Now, if you wanted, you could add it to a different sheet, but I'm going to go ahead and use the same sheet. Let's see, news, here we go, news articles. So it's going to find my spreadsheet for me, and I'm going to go to sheet 2 this time. It does contain table headers, and the written summary, I want it to be, you can see, here's my previous step, and if I scroll down, I'll see steps before that. So you can use any information from any of the steps you have previously. So I'm going to go into the result. It's right here at the top. So this is what we want. Date written, we're going to go up to this calendar icon, and we're going to put, first, I always format date so it's easier to read. and then move my cursor over into this area in between the parentheses and the semicolon. We're going to hit now. So whenever that was ran, we'll put today's date in an easy to read format. Date published, for now, that's going to be us. So we're going to write when we publish that. And then we're going to hit save. So then I've already run this. I don't want to waste my credits, so I'm just going to hit run this module only. Result. Oh, let's go ahead and copy the result in here. Since we're not running this at the same time, it's going to expect that we give it a result. So I'm just going to paste it in there. And it looks like it ran, so let's check our sheet too. And here it is. So we have the written summary and we have the date. 2025-05-1. That is now. How exciting is that? Well, if you think that's cool, we're going to get a lot more exciting in just a minute. So just so you can see, it did push in here the exact thing I was looking for. I don't love that this has the hey you see so, but because this is a summary that we're going to have AI mess with for us, then I don't need to modify my prompt any more than this already. Okay, I just took a minute and I got a couple more articles that have been released recently, and I did this with Perplexity AI. So I'm not going to cover it in this building out because it's a little bit more complicated, but I did want to introduce Perplexity to you. So here's the prompt I used. Find me the top 3 most relevant articles on AI released in the past 2 days. And it gave me this really great answer with 11 sources. And then I can click on the links just here, which is super easy. And I asked for it to provide the links in the response because I want to be able to use that for, can you provide the links to those articles? And then it said, yes, sure. So what I want to be able to do is I can use my Perplexity API key. I can plug it directly in as a new module. I'm not going to go through this whole thing, but I do just want to show you that this is a possibility. So I could create a configuration with my API key where I just get a prompt like this, find me the top 3, and then I would parse that data to add it to my sheet. And then when that is added to my sheet, then I'd have another AI read through it, summarize it, and then I could have it post everywhere for me. This is mind-blowing. It's incredible the amount of things that we can do. So you don't even have to find the articles. You have AI do that for you, and then it summarizes it and posts it without you even lifting a finger. And you can have that run every single day, every morning, so you're always posting content. Or if you wanted, you can have it run multiple times a day and post exactly where you want it to go. You can add pictures, videos. This stuff is incredible. But I'm going to go ahead and move on to this level 2 here. I'm going to go ahead and delete this because I'm not going to do that for now. You do have to have another API key for Perplexity, and I don't have one right now. So instead of adding this to a Google Sheet, we're going to unlink this by clicking this little wrench, click unlink, and we're going to add something called a router. A router is really powerful. Oh, I'll actually talk about Open Router 2 later. But a router is really powerful because what it allows you to do is go to multiple steps, and you can also add if, else, if, then, all kinds of conditions. But for now, let's see, we're going to have 4 of these. The first one is, these are all going to be different prompts. The first one's going to be a prompt for Facebook, then Instagram with an image, a prompt for X, and a prompt for LinkedIn. Now these are going to be pretty similar. If you wanted, you could even decrease the amount of prompts. You could have Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn be the same. Maybe we'll try that to start. We'll simplify this. So this router is just going to have 2. I think X needs one that's a little bit different because it's such a different platform. So let's go ahead and back up, and we'll unlink. So we're just going to start with these two. And here's a function I really like. It's auto align. So here we go. Now everything's pretty. It's all nice. So we're going to go to OpenAI and we're going to create a completion or prompt. And for this one, we're going to use a slightly more powerful model because we need this to post something that is actually pretty good. So let's use 4.0. Max completion tokens, we'll set it to 2,000 because we might need a slightly longer form. Your role is always going to be user. And here is your prompt. So I have a prompt for this. I'm going to put in the description for you to just copy and paste, and then you can change it based on your industry or your business. Okay, I created my prompt and I'm going to share it with you in the description, but I'm going to go ahead and paste it in here. And then I'll show you some cool things about it. So first, I give it an identity. You're a viral content strategist and Fortune 500 senior software engineer. That's me, who helps business owners implement AI to save time, increase profit, and get their life back. So you would want to fill this in with you and what you want to accomplish. So now I'm talking to the AI. I'm giving you current summarized news article. I want you to turn it into a medium-length post for Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. The tone should reflect, give it a tone. What kind of tone do you want to come across as? Story-driven, empathetic, yet authoritative style. Relatable and credible. I gave it a structure to follow. Curiosity-driven hook. Quick overview of the most important points. Then personal take or POV based on my background. That's really important so this doesn't come across as just generic AI content, but something that actually comes from you with your experience and your story. Why this matters to your target audience. So make sure you take this and fill it out from your perspective to help your business. And then one actionable takeaway. And then a CTA, this can be anything you want it to be, a call to action, anything that helps move your business forward but doesn't come across as too salesy. Then add 3 hashtags per post, and then here is the summary. So I'm going to take the summary from the result. Boom. Here we go. Now that's going to be really clear what I want it to do, and it's going to have everything the AI needs here to create my post. Image input type, that's if I'm giving it an image, but I'm not, and image detail, I'm not giving it an image. But I could if I wanted. I just have to provide a URL. Okay, max complete tokens, we already talked about this, that's good, and we're going to hit save. So I'm going to just skip ahead here instead of kind of duplicating this. I'm going to show you that we can build another router here. And we're going to post this to 3 places, right? We're going to post this to Facebook. Create a post. We're going to put this in Instagram and LinkedIn. Create a user image post. How about that? And also Instagram. Create a photo post. So for this, it's very easy. You just click create connection. You basically give make.com permission to use or write or read your profiles. So this one is going to be X, but let's go ahead and include one thing. We're going to add a new link in the chain here. Add a module. And we are going to have OpenAI create an image for us. Generate an image. Now we're going to use these for our posts. It's cool, right? Okay, Dolly 3. And I'm going to create a prompt real quick. Okay, I'm going to put my prompt in here. Create a high quality, text-free digital illustration that represents the concept of a following post. Make it related to content and use a modern, clean style with soft lighting and subtle tech elements to make the viewer curious about how this setup is possible. Maybe I'm going to say curious about reading more. Avoid futuristic sci-fi vibes, make it achievable today. Do not include text in the image. I know I said text free, but I just included this twice because sometimes it ignores that. So I do need to include the post. So remember, I can just go back through here and I'm going to click result. This is the Facebook generated post, not the summary of the article. So now it's going to create my image, and then I can go back here where it asks for an image and here where it asks for an image. So I'm going to go ahead and make my connections, my Facebook connection. It's just going to ask me to sign into Facebook. And now I can choose one of my many pages. So for now, see, these are all old, but let's go ahead and use this one. My message is going to be the post. And then I can add a link if I want to, but since Facebook penalizes links and posts, I'm going to skip it. So what you need to do when you click create connection is OpenID connect. So your connection name needs to be this. And then it will redirect you to your LinkedIn account, and you can just sign in and that will connect your account for you. So there we go. Brilliant. Now that's done. So now I can make a title for my post, alt text. I can make the content, which of course we would use the result. You can also create an image. So it just automatically added that connection for us. It knew. So here we go. You can just click save, and now this is done. So if you had this connected, it would just, boom, post right to it for you. And then Instagram, my Facebook connection. Just need to update the permissions. And this is going to be my personal Instagram. I can choose a page. Looks like I don't have any pages, but I do have a photo URL, and that's going to come from this generate an image created with a caption, and that's going to be my result. And you can put a location ID, but I'm not going to have that. Looks like I don't have a page, so I'll probably need to create one before I can post to Instagram. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and unlink these for now because I'm not ready to post these. But instead, I just want to see how far we can get. So I'm going to click run once. It's going to go through this. It's going to create the summary. And then why don't we just go ahead and add this so we can test it all at the same time. So I'm going to create another completion, which is just a prompt. And I'm going to make this prompt for X. Well, this is awkward. I just learned that make.com no longer integrates with X because there were API policy and pricing changes from X. So we're not going to do that one today, even though it's such a good prompt. So it would be good practice to show you how to unlink, and then I can right click and I can click delete module. We're going to go ahead and run through this. It's getting the next row in our spreadsheet. It's getting the response from OpenAPI and going through our single step router to create the post that we're going to post here, creating an image that will go here. And then since I disconnected it from the router, it's not going to do any of the posting, but we are going to be able to see all of the outputs. So this is going to be exciting. Then when we're finished with this one, if you stick around, I'll show you how to do this completely for free. But I do recommend using this one, even though you have to pay for the tokens used for OpenAI. I think it's well worth the time that you save and the headache of trying to make sure that you don't run over your free limit. So this grabbed Biden's AI chip export rule, Trump officials. Okay, so that's an interesting article, and let's see the result that we get. Major shifts happening that could change the tech landscape. Trump administration, okay, good. These regulatory adjustments could impact the availability of cutting-edge AI chips. This is perfect. I love this. Went to my router and then we asked for a Facebook post. Let's see how it did. What happens if the AI tools you rely on suddenly vanish? Oh, this is great. Big waves are coming in the world of AI and most business owners have no idea how deep they go. This is awesome. Why it matters for your business. So here's what you can do right now. Want help setting this up in your business? Comment AI wins below with some hashtags. This is perfect. Let's check out this image. Now this is going to come to us in a URL. So we'll go ahead and copy this URL for now. But what we would typically do is just grab this value in our next post. So we can pull up this URL. Look at that. Wow, that is cool. If for any reason you're not happy with the results you're getting from your test, what you can do is you can run it like this, run once, and then just keep changing the prompt until you find something that really works for you. But this is, to me, this is perfect right out of the gate. I love this. So if we had kept these connected, it would have automatically, let's see. Oh, I didn't connect it. It would automatically post this for me to all these places, which is just mind-blowing that you can do this. It's so powerful. It's so convenient. It's incredible. So before we get into the third version, I just want to say, if for any reason you didn't want to connect these and you wanted to review them every day before you post them, all you have to do is add back in this Google Sheet module that we made at the very beginning of this video. And you could say, you could connect it here if you wanted, or to the router. And you could say, just paste this into my sheet too with headers, the date and the result. And then we would get that result to this sheet too, just like we showed at the beginning. Okay, I know I talked about doing a free version, but when I started recording it, just got a little bit complicated. So if you want to see a version where you can do this absolutely free, just go ahead and comment down below and I'll work on creating it for you. But if you don't have an API key and you don't want to spend any money on tokens, there's a way for that. So just ask me and I'll create it for you real quick. It's not as complicated as I thought because Make has been doing some really good work behind the scenes to create integrations. I think when I make that video, it's really going to blow your mind. So don't forget to subscribe, like this video if it helped you at all, and drop a comment and tell me if it's going to help you or how you're going to use this or one way it's going to change your business. I love to make an impact, and so that would really mean a lot to me.